everybody, it's Camille Martin with Love to Lose, where I teach you how to love your life and lose the weight. You know, people ask me all the time, what do you do every day? I think people assume that since I'm a dietitian, that I do everything perfectly, that I eat clean, or that I work out for hours on end, or that I'm constantly juicing, and that I never eat carbs. And I want to tell you that nothing could be further from the truth. I am definitely not perfect, and the good news is you don't have to be perfect either. In order for me to maintain my health, and stay at a healthy weight and feel good about the way I look and feel, I really only do a few simple things to keep me on track, and the things that I do consistently really might surprise you. So in today's video, I'm going to give you a snapshot of a typical day in the life of a dietitian, and I want you to really feel good about yourself because you're going to see that I'm not perfect and you definitely do not have to be perfect either. I wake up early every day at about 5 o'clock in the morning. I know that sounds extreme, but it works for me. So I get up at 5, and for about an hour every morning, I read something inspiring. I read books about habit change and about business and biographies of people who have done things that inspire me. I definitely do not watch television. I don't read the news. I don't read gossipy magazines. Even though all those things are totally 100% okay, I make sure that I start my day out on a positive note, and then I review all of my goals that I have and make sure that everything that I'm going to do that day is in line with those goals. After I do this, at about 6:15, I start my workout. And hey, get ready for this. It only lasts 15 minutes. Yes, you heard that right. I work out every day for at least 15 minutes. And the good news is that sometimes I get on a roll and I stay on my treadmill or in my workout longer than I'd planned. But at the bare minimum, I do about 10 minutes of cardio, and then I do 50 push-ups on my knees. It's super simple. And the fact that I know it's going to be so short and that is all I have to do, it makes me dread my workouts less, and it's easier for me to get them done. After my workout and after I get dressed, at about 7:15, I go to the grocery store. I try to go every single day, and that's because I find that when I have a small shopping list for the things that I just need for that day, it decreases my stress and anxiety about, having to buy tons of different things. And I also find that it decreases my waste. When I buy way too much stuff, then I have anxiety that I'm not going to use it. And then when I don't use it, I feel guilty. So you know that story. But I try to go to the store every single day just for about 30 minutes and head home. And then I have everything I need for that day to cook. After I get home from the store at about 8 or 8:15, I do all of my food prep. And if you've watched any of my videos or read any of my blog posts, you know that this is one of the biggest things that I do to keep myself on track. If I do my food prep and I get things chopped up and salad ready and, dips and spreads made, and they're already in the refrigerator, it's just so much easier to eat healthy that way. That way, when I'm hungry, I don't have to go looking for something. There's something healthy right there staring me in the face, and that makes it so much easier to stay on track and eat the way I want to eat. Also, it only takes about 15 minutes. It doesn't take much at all. And so I go to the grocery store, I come home, and once I've unpacked everything, I immediately do my food prep. After my food prep at about 8:30 or 9, I do all of my work for my regular full-time job, and I'm also helping homeschool my kids. So from about 9 until noon, I'm working. And then at lunch, of course, I have something healthy prepped that I did earlier that morning. But I try to go outside and eat my lunch if I can, if it's a nice day. Or at the very least, I shut down my laptop, I turn off my phone, and I go sit somewhere quiet and peaceful so that I can actually focus on what I'm eating. After lunch, I do more work from about lunchtime until 3 p.m. I'm working, helping the kids, doing laundry, that kind of stuff. But at 3 o'clock or around then, I stop at what I'm doing, I turn everything off, and I take my dogs for a walk outside. It's so important to get out in the fresh air for me. I don't know what it is about being in nature, but it's such a stress reliever. And also not having a laptop and a phone right in my face does something to just really rejuvenate my soul. So I take a walk almost every day with my dogs and try to get outside and get some fresh air. After I get back from walking the dogs at about 4 o'clock, I kick my kids out of the kitchen. They know that I'm going to kick them out. so that I can spend 1 hour in my kitchen. I love being in my kitchen. You may not love being in your kitchen, and I would like to help you with that if you don't, so email me. But I need that time of creativity that I find in my kitchen. I love cooking. I love looking through cookbooks. I love just being in my kitchen and making it feel like a space that brings me joy, and it just rejuvenates me and it recharges my batteries and helps eliminate the stress that I've had throughout the day. And while I've been in my kitchen enjoying myself, I've been making a healthy dinner, hopefully healthy, for my kids. And so the girls and I have dinner together. I try to have dinner with them together. Sometimes they would rather be doing their own thing. But after dinner, we all get together, we watch a movie, or we go sit outside and we do something fun. And that time is just reserved for me and my girls since I work so much. After I spend time with my girls, I get back in the kitchen, I clean the whole thing up, and I load my dishwasher and run it, and that is super important. I find that if I can keep my dishwasher loaded and unloaded and the sink free and clear of dirty dishes, it just keeps the whole thing running smoothly and my kitchen doesn't get out of control. After that, I sit down with my day planner and I review what I've got coming up the next day, because if I don't review what's happening for tomorrow, literally the wheels come off the bus. I forget the appointments that I've made. I have to go through it and mentally tick everything off that I know that's coming so that I don't let anything slip through the cracks. Then I review my goals again, and then of course I get in the bed and read something inspiring. Yes, I'm a total nerd, but I do go to bed early. I get in the bed at about 8, and then it's lights out at 9, so mama can get her full 8 hours of sleep. So now, if you're wondering, like, what in the world does any of this have to do with being healthy? I said basically nothing about carbs or nutrients or working out and stretching or meditating. I didn't say any of those things, but I'm here to tell you that the things that I do every day that are so important to my health mostly have to do with relieving stress or preventing stress. And the reason that's important is that when I'm stressed, that increases my tendency to reach for something to eat. It's to eat emotionally or even find myself on a binge. So if I do these things, if I keep myself organized and I review my goals and I have prep time and prep work for the food and I go to the grocery store every day, all of these things are in an effort to decrease the amount of stress that I have, because I do have a lot of stress and I'm sure that you do too. So let me make note of the 5 most important things I do every single day and what happens when I don't do them. The first most important thing I do is to read something inspiring in the morning to set the tone of my day. If I don't do this, I'm really screwed, because I have a tendency to lose my patience easily. And if I am jumping into my day without setting the tone for it on a positive note, the wheels really do come off the bus. So it's super important to me to start the day with reading something inspiring that makes me feel creative and makes me feel like I'm on track with my goals and becoming the best version of me. The second most important thing I do is to exercise, but remember, it's just a very small amount of exercise. Just keeping to that 15 minutes of exercise every morning, it's so easy. It's not mentally overwhelming. And I know that if I get my workout in, I'm a lot more energized. If I skip a workout, I'm sluggish, I'm tired, and I have less energy to do all of the things that I know need to get done. And then if I don't get them done, that just creates more stress. The third most important thing that I do is to go to the store every day, or most days, and do my prep work every single day. Again, if I have something healthy that's looking at me in the fridge, that is what I'm gonna eat. If I don't have those healthy foods already prepped and ready to go, I'm just gonna grab whatever's in front of me, usually something unhealthy that my kids have, because yes, I buy them unhealthy food. It's okay. You're not a bad mom. And yes, I eat loads of carbs. So again, you don't have to be perfect, but doing the prep work is super important. The fourth key to my success at sticking to my goals is getting outside and getting fresh air to clear my brain, and also to do something creative, like I said, being in my kitchen. Whatever that is for you, you've got to disconnect from the stress of your day and also re-engage with something that makes you feel inspired. For me, that is cooking. So getting out in the fresh air, away from my computer and away from my phone and away from people, frankly, and then doing something something creative to rejuvenate myself and put myself in a space of joy rather than a space of stress. And the fifth most important thing I do every single day is to plan for the next day. If I know what's coming tomorrow and I have a handle on it mentally, it's far less likely that I will forget something, or I won't sign a paper that needs to get signed, or that I'll miss a doctor's appointment, or forget to call the person I said I would call. When I have those things hanging out in my brain, like nagging at me, like I don't know, I forgot what I'm gonna do tomorrow, I forgot what I'm supposed to do today, I don't have to have that feeling of stress and anxiety if I sit down every single day and plan for the next day. So to wrap this up, the most important things I do to stay on track with my health goals and to be healthy are not necessarily things that have anything to do with eating or working out, although those are very important. Most of it is to minimize stress in other areas of my life, so that decreases my urge to binge eat or eat emotionally. So being hyper organized in every other area of my life really helps me, as does getting outside and rejuvenating myself by doing something that makes me feel creative and inspired. Those are super important. But again, I want you to know that it doesn't take that much to be healthy, actually. 15 minutes of exercise a day really does do the trick, because what it does is it keeps you going and not breaking that chain and getting way off track and doing the whole I'll start again on Monday routine. And then 15 short minutes of prep work keeps me certain that I'm going to eat something healthy, so that I don't just grab whatever's in front of me. I hope this video helped you, and I hope it made you feel better about yourself, because I can promise you that I am not perfect. And my days don't always go like this, by the way. But that's why getting up early and reconnecting with what I'm all about and the person who I want to be really does keep me on track. So I'm not perfect, and you don't have to be perfect either. I hope you liked the video. If you did like it, make sure to hit like, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already subscribed. Also, make sure to head over to my website at CamilleMartinRD.com and get yourself signed up on the list to get my weekly newsletter with more tips and inspiration and motivation just like this. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you here next time on Love to Lose.